Oh, all right. Okay, I'm just sending out the various uh, social media little alerts and stuff to let people know that I'm live. This is my first time doing this, by the way. So uh, it's gonna be something. We'll be started soon. Can you hear that music, by the way? Okay. It's it is kind of low. Let me see if I. Not really. Okay, let me raise that. I mean, this is just background music that I'm just putting while I'm setting everything up, but. By the way, shout out to anyone who knows where this music is from, if you can hear it. Alright, so what we're going to do, well, that's a good question. The plan was I was going to start streaming and actually try and go back and watch, well, among other things, go back and watch various, some of my old videos, some of the longer ones, hopefully, like the episodes, Porkchop and Flatscreen episodes, and watch them together with people. Because I know, I don't know if you guys have been watching Twitch, they have these Pokemon marathons. And it's really fun watching things that we've all watched together, like in Twitch chat and just bonding over the common things that we all watched and enjoyed. So I thought that'd be fun to do that with my episodes, and also maybe like play games sometimes. I don't know about today, but like in the future, play various video games and stuff because I like playing video games. Yeah, basically. Let me see here. But yeah, this is my first time doing this, so please bear with me. I know it's not going to go very smoothly, but hopefully everything goes okay. And I put a poll on YouTube what people wanted to watch, and people voted for Porkchop and Flatscreen episode 1. So that's what we'll be watching and talking about, I guess, today. Oh, okay. Let me see if saying the chat is not refreshing on the screen. Let me try and see. Let's see if this window is updating. Because then, if it's not, then there's no point. Okay, it is. So the main window I'm manipulating here. You can see that moving. If I press play, that's going. Okay, but why is this one not going? Oh, maybe that's one. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. It's because, okay. Thank you, Omegamon. I got you. Omegamon X. I got the reference there. I think I have to move this over here, maybe? Alright. Now if I do that, press play. Seems to only be able. Interesting. Okay, let's see. By the way, hello everyone. I'm trying to get this to work. I'm trying to get it so that both windows, the chat window and the main window, both update. I'm using OBS for Mac. Hello RZ Games. 12th one. Is it because well, thank you. This might take a while, so I'm trying to figure this out here. Can you still hear this night? Well, I just turned it off, but can you hear the Knights music? It's from a game called Knights for Sega Saturn. Right now I'm testing the video. Okay, good. Now I just want to get this window to play. Oh, it's not finding the window, that's why. Oh, this is it? Will this work? Ooh, so I'm playing that. They're both moving. They're both updating. That's a dream. We're living the dream. All right, there you go. So they're both moving. I think. Hello, Niku Latinos. Okay, so I think it's actually working now. All right. So the chat is moving and the main screen is moving. If I do this full, there we go. Now I just have to shrink that a little bit. Okay, there we go. Do I game on Mac? No, I have Steam on Mac, but it doesn't seem to play. There are a lot of games that are Windows based, so I can't really play them on my Mac. I wish I could. I mainly play on PS4. So can everyone hear me properly? Okay. And you can hear the video. If I'm going to click this right now, can you hear this video? All right, so you can hear both. All right, good. All right, so I guess we can start now. Hello. My name's Emezie. That's how it's pronounced. Emezie, but my friends call me Emmy. Hi, how are you all doing? This is my first stream, and the goal was to watch some old stuff and watch it together. And if anyone has any questions, just to ask them in the chat, and I'll try and answer which ones I can. I also wanted to maybe go through some of my old files for the. So I put a poll on YouTube asking people what they wanted to watch, a choice between 4 things, and people voted for Porkchop and Flatscreen episode 1. So I was like, okay, we can watch that. And so I think, now do people want to watch the episode first and then see like some of the files, like the Photoshop files and the After Effects? Or do you want to see that stuff first and then watch the episode at the end? Let's see. Oops. So you want to see do episode first and put file? Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So how about I find it? So that'd be under videos. Actually, let me just see if that works. No. There it is. All right. Okay. So we'll watch the episode first, and you can ask questions and stuff during it. And then at the end, I'll maybe go through and show you the best I can without destroying my computer, crashing OBS, try and show you the files and how I make the episode and stuff like that. Okay? Here we go. Hopefully. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. Oh, window froze. That's not good. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. I guess I have to keep, every time I go to a new window, I have to re-update it. Okay. Let's try this again. Told you this would not Would not go perfectly. See the subtitles are on. Like some people, sometimes it lets people submit subtitles sometimes. I think I'm just gonna leave those. I'll let you guys judge them.
Episode 1, Ninjas in the Classroom. Don't blow our cover.
Oh, that voice was someone named Rasenth, one of my friends from UCLA. Yeah, this was an animation project. I went to UCLA for animation, and this was the first year. It's a 3-year program, so this is my first year final project, I guess you can call it. It was graduate school, so not really a freshman. Yeah, thank you. I think, how long did it take to make this episode? I can't remember. I think it was like 6 months or so. I'm not sure if it's more of a general, that song is based on a more general experience, maybe not a specific thing. B-U-S-T, bust. I'm gonna stop it here for a second. So this is like a behind-the-scenes story here. So I was working on this project. Like I said, I went to UCLA, so it was a grad school project. And then my computer, my old Mac, like the hard drive died, like in the middle of this project. So like I had to go right at that scene. So at that scene where Mai falls down, punches me in the face. Right then, that's when my computer failed. So I had to actually stop working on this for a couple weeks. Oh, you can't hear me? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so as I was saying, I was working on this project, and right after I animated that scene, or while I was animating that scene, I'll go back to it. This where she's falling down. Right here. So I was animating this, and then my computer died, and I was like, "Well, oh," I thought I was gonna lose everything because I couldn't access any of my files. So I was like, "What do I do?" So I had to go send my computer off to one of those hard drive recovery places. It was like $1,000 or something. It's like, oh, well, that's great. So I'd said, this was while I was working on my project. I was trying to finish my project before the quarter ended, and then I had to do this. But fortunately, they were able to recover it, the stuff that I did, and I was able to continue working on it. But it was kind of scary. So you should always back up your stuff as much as possible. I did back up my stuff too, but there's some stuff that I missed that would have been lost forever if they didn't recover it. Like this animation right here, this scene, which is like one of my favorite parts of this episode, this whole her falling down, flipping into the punch, bam, right there. That would have been like, I would have had to redo that. And I was like, I don't think I want to do that. So I sent it off, and fortunately they were able to recover it. So thank goodness. But yeah, that's a little tip. Let's get back to it. Yeah, $1,000. Oh, hello from America. Data collaborate from Germany. Tyro Pyro. How do people like my final? I don't know. I guess they liked it. It was really long. This is like a 12-minute. Most people's final projects are like, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So this was a lot longer than that. So everyone thought it was really long. But let's see. Why doesn't she wear that? She hasn't really worn her combat outfit recently. But if she does, she'll wear that mask again. Maybe. Yeah, Bobby's theme came from this episode. Well, the first time you heard it was from this episode. But I hadn't actually recorded it fully yet. That was just a little MIDI version of it. Until I finally actually recorded it later. Yeah, that's from Tom and Jerry. That sound effect. Who inspired Bobby's character? Well, one character that really inspired his look is a character from Tekken named Hwarong. In Tekken 3. Like he's like a Korean guy. Like this Korean guy with like red hair that sort of looks like Bobby's. Him and Kyo Kusanagi from King of Fighters. A lot of video game characters inspired these characters. That was a character my friends and I used to make up back in like grade school, a long time ago. But his design is sort of inspired by a character named Yamazaki from King of Fighters Fatal Fury. Hello, Neo Jotarian. Yeah, the subtitles are explaining it pretty well. Thank you, whoever submitted those subtitles. Oops, I missed a comment in it. Oh yeah, Bloom Doom, who was asking about Maya's outfit in this episode. To be honest, the reason she doesn't wear it is because it's a pain to draw. So I just or it's a pain to animate. So she doesn't wear that outfit very much anymore. Maya doesn't. It's like Naruto, like what's his name, Kishimoto. He used to draw Naruto with those goggles, but then stopped drawing them because they were annoying to draw all the time.
Sugar, spice, everything twice, on the left and the right, in a word, nice. She's a babe, it says so right there on the T, bedazzled with the letters B-A-B-E. That's not a title, it's a promise, a dare. It spells badass, extraordinaire, but that's rude, like an UGG see a dome. It's safer if you just call her Ladybug Jones. She'll spend the morning skipping in.
Any tips for people starting to animate? I don't know, it's hard to say. Just draw a lot. Draw a lot and keep drawing a lot. And just know that it's not easy, it's not fast, but it's pretty fulfilling in the end once you have a finished product, which takes a long time to get, but once you get there, it's cool. No, this music and this outro were always in the original version. So what we did, we made our final projects, and then they showed them in the auditorium at something called prom. It's called Animation Prom at UCLA, and this was always a part of it. This part here was not part of the original final project. I added this part afterwards when I uploaded it to YouTube. How long have I been making music? I think my first song was 2006 when I was in another school. Yeah, this was oh, okay, whoops, I got my timelines mixed up. So this is my second year project. This is my second year final project. I said that I went to UCLA and the animation project was 3 years, so this was my second year project. My first year project was obviously Chubby Mermaid. And yeah, this this was the only animation that had a burning hammer in it. 2 years in a row, actually. My first year project, Chubby Mermaid, had a burning hammer in it. This one also had a burning hammer in it.
Next time, crazy like a fox, cute as a mouse.
And there you go. Oh, hold up. Here's a random ad. Yeah, well, there you go. There was a Porkchop and Flatscreen episode 1. Like I said, that was a school project that I just decided to upload on the internet, and I'm glad I did because people seem to like it. And what was I about to say? Oh well, yeah. So if anyone has any questions, is there a specific inspiration to Tiny? Tiny, most of the answers, like for inspiration for these characters, is going to end up being a video game reference of some sort. So Tiny, the character from the Crunky Punks, I I can show him after this ad plays. That I can't stop.
Are you sure about this?
Where is he? Big guy named Tiny. He's inspired by there's an old game called Double Dragon. It's an old like fighting game for it's an arcade game, Nintendo game. There's this character called an Abobo. His name is Abobo. He's like this big guy that beats you up. That's sort of what the inspiration for Tiny's character originally came from. Yeah, some of you know who that is. He used to not have just one arm. Tiny used to not. He used to like straight up look just like an Abobo. He used to have two arms and no bandages or anything. But then I changed him up a little bit. Okay, let's see. So I want to see if I can find some files, like so I can show people how I make this stuff. If I can, let me see. Yeah, the Abobo was in River City Girls too. Because that game's River City Ransom was from the same company. So, okay. How can I do this? So people always ask me how I make these and what projects or what programs I use. And I always say I use Photoshop and Adobe After Effects. Adobe Photoshop and Adobe After Effects. So, let's see if I can move this over here. Turn this. So to Photoshop, PCFD. Here we go. There. You guys can see that? This is a Photoshop file. Which character went through the most changes before reaching the final stage? Yes, this is Rubble. No, this is actually, let me see. So, okay, here's my Photoshop file. And it's filled with a bunch of drawings. As you can see me cycling through them. So this is from the scene that I showed before, where my computer died when I had to get my computer fixed, where she's falling down in the air. It's like she slams Mina's head in the ceiling and then comes down. So this is that. This is our shoes coming off the ground or off the ceiling. And you can see every drawing is a different layer in Photoshop. So this is one drawing. This is a layer in Photoshop. This is another drawing. This is a layer in Photoshop. And then I just draw each one. And then in After Effects, I put them together and it plays them in sequence. Oops. Yeah, like a flip book. Hold on a second. Okay, whoops, sorry about that. Can you hear me now? Okay. Oh, why did it get small? There we go. Okay, so as I was saying, I draw the individual images, and each drawing is a layer in Photoshop. So this is the glue on her shoe coming off. So I had to draw that. It's not very spectacular. All right, so here's like so this was the first. This is like a rough drawing. Oops, guitar. This is the rough drawing of her falling down, and then I use this as a model for the actual drawings. And then, what my last name is Okorafor. Okorafor. It's Emezie Okorafor. That's the best that I can pronounce it. I have to get my mom or someone to actually pronounce it properly, because my mom's from Nigeria. My parents were from Nigeria, so it's a Nigerian name. But I was born in Chicago, so I don't have a Nigerian accent. But yeah, so I use this as the basis, and then I use these as I draw over it, basically. Sort of trace over my original drawing, sort of. And then I draw this is her falling down and her flowing scarf. So I have to draw these, each one of these, I basically draw it over and over again, a couple times. And then, this is the part where she flips, lands, and then punches. And then, okay, so you animate the characters sort of independently, or I do, for this scene. So that's Mai. Meanwhile, Mina is actually falling separately. And what application do I use to draw and animate? So this is in Photoshop. This is a Photoshop CS3, because all the newer ones require a subscription and all that crap, that Adobe crap that they do now, where you have to like subscribe and pay like a fee every month or every year or something to keep getting Photoshop. So I just use my old Photoshop still, like a dinosaur. But yeah, and I'm drawing on a Cintiq tablet, so I can draw it directly onto the screen. And yeah, and then so this is, yeah, so then Mina falls separately, and then it gets punched in the face. These are separate files, but I can go through and sort of superimpose them. Superimpose them on each other. And then it sort of looks like that. That's how it would look. Yeah, and then, so I draw, all these drawings are separate in this file, this Photoshop file. So then I take, when I'm done and drawing the entire episode, and then I take these files, these Photoshop files, and I take it to After Effects, which is another program. So let's see if I can find that. So that's over here, Adobe After Effects. Ooh, that's really big. I need to shrink that. There we go. Can you guys see that? There we go. So then, okay. So let's see. Did I find the right scene here? So After Effects looks like if you don't, it's hard to explain. It's like this kind of overwhelming looking, but it's just. It's like a movie making program where you can put images in sequence and it plays them out in order, and then you can save that as a movie file, which I then upload to YouTube, and you can put sounds on top of it and things like that. So let's see here if it will behave. So you can it's very taxing on my computer, so it makes it load a lot. Hopefully it doesn't take forever to load. Yeah, this is very this UI is very, it looks confusing, but once you get a hang of it, like many things in life, once you just do it, it's actually not that bad. But see this, so this at the bottom here, this thing that I'm scrolling back and forth, this is the timeline. And all these little blocks are they're like footage, they're compositions, and it plays it like when you press play, press spacebar, and it starts playing. It goes through the timeline and plays whatever is on the timeline. Oops, I went too far. Yeah, so those drawings that I showed you earlier from the Photoshop file, I bring them in here into After Effects, and I organize them, and I time them out, like how much I want to. So here we go. So this little bluish thing that I'm highlighting here, this little block, that's a drawing from Photoshop. That's one of the drawings I showed you earlier. So I tell it, this file, it runs at 24 frames per second. So every second it goes through one tick on this timeline. Each one of these ticks is 1/24th of a second. Hello, you know who I'm talking about. You, hey. Yeah, so each one of these ticks is 1/24th of a second, and the file plays at 24 frames per second. So you tell it, I want this drawing to be played for two ticks, 2 frames. And I want this next drawing here to say for 1 frame. And then this drawing here, I want it to be for 1 frame. And then you just sort of time it out. You just put a bunch of drawings in order, like a flip book, sort of. And then once you put them all in order and you play it, it looks like an animation. Boom. I can make this bigger because that's really small. So basically, every episode you see is like just a whole bunch of this over and over again. A whole bunch of drawings and a whole bunch of me arranging every single drawing in this timeline so that it plays, so each drawing stays on screen for a set amount of time, for a set amount of speed, and then I play it through, and then I check it out, I adjust things, see is this too fast, is this too slow? See, watch, if I take this here and say I want this to play for the whole thing for some stupid reason, this one drawing here will stay, well, if my computer's struggling, see that drawing is just staying there because I told it to stay forever. Like, so you can adjust these to stay for a different amount of times. I want this to be this long. Hopefully that makes sense, right? Yeah, it is a lot of work. So that's why these episodes take very long to make. Basically, that's the moral of the story. In case you were wondering why I can't upload episodes every like week, this is pretty much it. So this is just one scene, and then I have to go back and add sounds. So these little blocks here, these aren't images, these are sounds. So I go through, I have a sound library that I have on here that I've this huge, see all these things here? These are files over here on the left side of your screen. So this is a bunch of music sound files that I've had from sound libraries and stuff. And I just go through and I say, I want this sound right here is a sound of, this is when she lands. She lands on the ground, so it's like a thump sound. So I put this here, and then you can test it out. Oh, there it is. Could you hear that? It's like a... Do you hear that sound? So I put that here. I put that to coincide right when she lands. And then here, this is the sound of someone, one sound of someone getting punched, basically, and a sound of like someone swinging their hand. It's a sound file called Swish Arm. Swish Arm 4704.wave, in case you're wondering. And I play those two when she punches. So it makes that sound. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I know I can hear it, but I think you guys can hear it too. So that coincides with right when she hits her. And then So you combine all that, and you can preview it if my computer doesn't die. There you go. And then you have a mini scene. And oh, you can't hear it? That's unfortunate. But you can trust me. I'll ad lib. It goes, and then it goes, and then you can just go watch the episode, and you'll hear it. Oh, that's sad. I want you guys to hear it. But yeah, so these are sound files, and you go through that, and then that's just a scene. But then there's more. Like if you remember, in the actual video, there's like this blur in the background. There's a motion blur, an animate blur thing. This thing here. See that in the background? Which I use in like every episode like a million times. So I add that with this this composition that I call blur, which creatively, which is just it's a blur. It's this that I made. I just drew a bunch of swooshy lines. Here's one drawing of a bunch of swooshy lines, a second drawing of a bunch of swooshy lines, and a third drawing of a bunch of swooshy lines. And then I just cycle through them. I just play and go through 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it creates this illusion of a motion blur. And then I just use that everywhere. In like every video, like a million times. I'm sure you guys have gotten used to it or gotten tired of seeing it. But yeah, there you go. And then I just do that a million times, and then I have an episode. There you go. That's how I make these. It's just it's a very slow process. I don't think this is I don't know if this is the most effective way of doing this or efficient way, but it's the way I learned how to do it. And it works. So yeah. That's how I made the first episode, Porkchop and Flatscreen episode 1. It makes my computer struggle. But yeah, any other interesting scenes? This was as I said, this is where my computer crashed. This after I animated this scene, so it ends here. So I had to go back and make a new scene afterwards. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about the process or the episodes or anything. Yeah, I mean, I have no choice but to take my time because it takes I can't upload until it's finished, so I know it's annoying when there's no uploads for like a couple weeks or whatever, but fortunately I have to do, as you can see, it takes a very long time. Oh yeah, rendering. After you do all that, you have to render the file basically, and the rendering time varies depending on what's in the episode. Like anything, like the more complex, if there are complex things in the episode, then it takes a little bit longer. But if you have a faster computer, then you can render things more quickly. Did I take French? No, I didn't take. I took Spanish in high school. I'm still not very good. But were there plans to do a PCFS series before? I mean, I always wanted to. These characters are like, I don't know. I'm sure some of you are artists and you draw your own comics and you have your own OCs and your own characters and stuff. So I was like that too. I had these characters. These characters existed long before I actually created this episode. So I'd had them bubbling in my head for decades almost. And then So one day I had planned to do them, but I didn't know that I would do them now. So, did you ever think about voice acting? It seemed like it would take a... You mean adding voice acting to the series? Yeah, I've thought about it, but it would be very hard. It would probably make the episodes take twice as long to create, and then I'd have to work with other people, and that would take longer too. And then, yeah, it'd be very complicated. Maybe someday if it grows to a bigger size, I'd like to. That'd be interesting. But how much storyboarding do you? Oh, I should probably show the storyboard. That would be a good idea if I can find it. Like a billion files on this computer, as you can. Did I think I did I make an upload? I think of that. Let me see if I can find it. PCFS storyboard. Shall be more. Episode 1 animatic. Oh yeah, I had an animatic that I made. I can show that actually. But yeah, I storyboard. I do storyboard these episodes, and whenever I make an episode, I storyboard probably the first part of it. The first part of any given episode, and then I usually just start winging it because I have a general idea of what I want to do. So then I just I got to make the episode, because if you overthink it, then you'll never do it. So yeah, so this is this is a scene that I never was I going to add it? I can't remember. Oh, you can't see it. I gotta upload it. That's right. I gotta update it. I'm learning on the spot here. So I have to change this to this. Hmm. There we go. Okay. So this was a scene that I can't remember if it was yeah, I think I wanted to add it, but I never got to add it. So this is an extra scene that I wanted to add. And then it also has it'll have the storyboard, animatic. What would some of the characters sound like? I don't know. I think Ayane, that's people ask about how you pronounce her name. That's it. Ayane would sound similar to Hinata from Naruto, or there's a character from an old show called The Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's an old TV show. And there's a character named Georgette on there who has this really soft, like, soft-spoken girly voice. That's sort of how I'd imagine Ayane's voice to be. So this is the storyboard. This is based on the storyboard images. This is an animatic based on the storyboards. So it's very rough. I had to make this for a class too. But as you can see, you can sort of recognize scenes from the actual episode. There's one big difference towards the end that you'll see. But for the most part, it's pretty similar. Like I followed the storyboard pretty closely for the most part. Yeah, she didn't do that move. Yeah, this part's completely different now. So yeah, that's where it gets really different. So instead of the part where the glass falls on Ayane in the actual episode, it was originally going to be Bobby who would have the glass fall on him. And then her hair dye would come off in front of everyone, and then her secret would be blown, and they'd there's Nut laughing at her and stuff, and she'd teleport out and disappear. It's actually very different from how the final episode turned out. So it's pretty similar to how it actually turned out in some parts, and then some parts are very different. Like the ending of this storyboard it won't happen in the actual episode 1, but I'll actually use it in a future episode. I can't remember. 14? 17? Episode 7. No, there are too many episodes. This part here. Okay, so this part afterwards with the police officer. This doesn't actually happen in episode 1. But something similar to this happens in a later episode where a policeman, or a policewoman in the case of the episode, doesn't realize that Mai's a girl, and then she basically asks to be arrested. And then Ayane has to come and stop her. There you go. And that's the end of the storyboard. So as you can see, you plan out an episode and you have a general idea, but then sometimes you just change things as you go along. Maybe some certain things sound better or work out better in your mind, or you have a different idea and you just go with that instead. But at the very least, I try to storyboard out part of it, and so you have something to work off of, and then you have a starting point. Is there a reason why Mouse doesn't talk? I think she just doesn't have anything to say. At least not yet. I actually wanted her to... There was one episode where I wanted her to say something, but it didn't happen. So she still hasn't said anything. But how much of the narrative arc is laid out, and how much gets changed? Yeah, there you go. So I have a general idea of what I want to happen. General ideas of where the story will go and things like that, but the specifics, those always change as I start to actually make the episodes. Like the beginning of the series was a little more concrete, but the longer it goes, like you can see, well, you can't see this because I'm in a different window, so I'm gonna go change this. It's one thing I have to keep remembering. Make sure I change the window so that you guys can see what I'm seeing. There we go. So the beginning is a bit more defined, but as we go further on, the exact details get blurrier and blurrier. So it takes a little longer for me to make each episode as time goes on, because the details aren't as concrete. But I still have a general idea of things I want to do. Like I have things like episode 10 here, the one where Mouse turns into her night form and fights against the Holloway, which is the name of the guy with the silver hair, which we can watch. We can watch one day in a future episode of this on Twitch or something. But this episode was something I wanted to do for a long time, where Holloway Jr., the guy with the gray hair, he really likes the moon, which, if you've seen the episodes, he has this thing with the moon where he really likes the moon. And Mouse's moon form, she has a form where she's like, her night form is like a moon-based character. So I was like, those two characters have to meet up at some point. And 10 episodes later, I finally got the chance to actually do that, but it took a long time. Holloway, yeah, he's the... Where is he? Let me see if I can point him out to you. This dude. His name is Holloway Jr. He's based off a character. Like I was saying, I'm sure a lot of you guys have your own OCs and comic book characters that you make and stuff with your friends sometimes. This guy is based off a character that my friend used to make from grade school. One of my friends who's no longer with us. His name was Eugene Kim. He had a character named Holloway. Didn't look like this, but he had these goggles. He had these goggles that he used to use. He was like, he was like a ninja that looked like Cyclops from the X-Men, like old school Cyclops with a mask over his head. So he's a character. So my version of Holloway is basically sort of a tribute to my friend from a long time ago. So that's who this is. Yeah, a lot of people don't know his name because I guess there are no words. There are no words in the show. Like no one says anything, so it's hard to know what the characters' names are. But yeah, his name is Holloway, whichever one. Junior, he's the second. His dad's name is Holloway too. Which someday I'd hope to animate his backstory, but it's just so much. And as I showed you guys, it takes a long time to make every episode, unfortunately. But yeah. I think that's pretty much all the lore behind episode 1, which is what we watched earlier. So if you guys have any other questions or anything, feel free to ask them. Let's play it again in the background, I guess. Oh yeah, her glasses break in, that's episode 5. Morgan appears in episode 5. Oh yeah, I guess that's something I can talk about. So originally, this is episode 1, of course. You can see at the end of the episode, the next episode was supposed to be Crazy Like a Fox, Cute as a Mouse. So that was supposed to be episode 3, but I ended up doing a different episode for episode 2, which always confuses people. Oh, hold on a second. Oops, sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, this was supposed to be Crazy Like a Fox, Cute as a Mouse was supposed to be the next episode after this. But instead, this was when I was at UCLA doing grad school, as I said. So for my third year final project, instead of doing Crazy Like a Fox, Cute as a Mouse next, I went and did Porkchop and Flatscreen episode 2, which is Blackmail. And I don't know why I did that, but what ended up happening is that they're out of chronological order in the actual playlists. So episode 3 is actually episode 2, but actual episode 2 is chronologically comes after episode 3. It's very complicated, and people always comment on that. But basically I skipped a couple episodes ahead because of school, in case people were wondering. But yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what episode people want to watch next time. Maybe it'll be good to just go in order. But hopefully, I could rename them. That's true, but I think that might confuse people even more now. But in the playlist, they're in the storyline order. So if you ever watch it in the playlist, for the most part, except the ones at the end, things start getting kind of weird at the end. Playlist. Man, there's so many episodes. Almost at episode 30. But chronological rewatch, rock opera. I'll do another poll on YouTube and see what people want to see. But yeah, hopefully this was useful to you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry about all the hiccups and stuff earlier. Trying to figure out how to use OBS and stream for the first time. But if you guys liked it, let me know, and we can do some more some other time. It'll give me something to upload between episodes, because it takes forever as I said, it takes a lot of time to do these. So during that downtime, it takes at least minimum of like 2 or 3 weeks to do just a part of an episode, and then I finally get to upload them all together in one full episode. But that usually takes like a month or 2 months or so. I think the last episode of PCFS was full episode was like a couple months ago. Wow, July 12th. Wow, that was a while ago. But since then, I've done Chubby Mermaid episodes and stuff. So there's a lot of other stuff that I did to take all that time. But hopefully the next episode of Porkchop and Flatscreen should be the full episode 28. Hopefully, the final finished version. That I think I'll do that, and I'll finish that within next week or probably the week after. So in 2 weeks, and then I'm planning on uploading the full Chubby Mermaid episode. Like every 5 episodes, I do a full. I combine them into a full season. So that full season should hopefully be next Friday or Saturday or something. And then the week after that will be the full Chubby Mermaid or Porkchop and Flatscreen episode. So in case you're wondering, I'm always working on something. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the questions and stuff. And hopefully it was fun. It's fun for me. Before you go, Jubei. Jubei the Weasel, or Jubei the human? Either way, Jubei the human is alive, as you saw in the previous episode. Jubei the Weasel is presumed to be dead, but I mean, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil, basically. So, presumed dead is what I'm gonna say. I'll just say that, and then I'll say just keep watching. Yeah, that's a good answer, I think. Animation YouTube. That's pretty much my main thing that I do. Also the music and merchandise and stuff like that, but yeah, mainly YouTube. That's my main job, I guess you could say. Yeah. Were there any other questions? Anyone that I didn't get to? You want to ask before we close it out for this week? Otherwise, so Chubby Mermaid, is it now a fantasy? Chubby Mermaid is like I guess you could say it's like an alternate universe. Chubby Mermaid and Porkchop and Flatscreen are like alternate universes of each other, I guess you could say. They're different sides of similar coins. They're not quite the same, but they're very similar, and the things that happen in one hint at things that happen in the other, sort of. Is there a blooper reel collection of any of the animations? Not really. I don't know how that would. I'd have to like make those, I guess, which should add more, take more time from the episodes. Should make a Discord server. Yeah, I've never actually used Discord too much. I have a Discord, like an account and stuff, but I've never actually used it. So maybe I should look into using that more. But yeah. What's the name of the character from Spider and Butterfly with the bandages and push it out? Her name is Butterfly Pie. She's a Stick Bandit's friend, I guess you could say. That's another entire storyline. The Stick Bandit and his adventures. Yeah, that's a character. It's from Golden Girl, I guess. That's the. Oops, I should put my name. This Butterfly Pie. Actually, I should do the Spider versus Butterfly. Spider versus Butterfly. Dance of Destiny. Here's a good picture of her. Oh, there she is. Yeah, her name's Butterfly Pie. Butterfly Pie, as in like pi, as in like 3.14159. That number, because she likes science. She's a very intelligent, scientific person. So, can you tell us something about the song 5? Song 5. It's about one of my friends who traveled to Japan, basically. It's the Rasenth, that same person. It's about a person going to Japan. She was one of my classmates, actually, at UCLA when I was animating there. So it's about a song about someone going to Japan, because she really likes Japan, so she speaks Japanese and everything. She's the voice in the one who says episode titles in Porkchop Flatscreen episode 1. The one that says, "Ninjas in the classroom, don't blow our cover." That's her voice. And the song is called 5 because the time signature of the song is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why it's called 5. There you go. Something I wanted to ask. I didn't actually. I'm learning Japanese now. So I wouldn't say I'm actually good at Japanese. I've been studying it for a couple of years, but it's very hard language to learn. Unless you actually go somewhere and just like somewhere like Japan and use it a lot. I don't get to use it a lot, so I can read it okay. Thanks to the internet, because I can also look up stuff that I don't know, so that's good. But still learning. What's my favorite song that I made? Favorite song. 5 is one of them, actually. 5. I don't really like too many of my songs. Like, I know a lot of you guys are probably artists of your own and draw your own stuff and stuff like that. So you know what it's like to not really like to make something and then not really like it. That's the curse of the artist. You're always doing that. You make stuff and you don't like it, and you make stuff and you don't like it. And then the trick is that you just have to keep making stuff, though, like even if you don't like it. But for songs I do like, I like 5. I like a song called Butterflies Anonymous. That's one song that I made. Caboose, I guess. I think those are pretty good songs. Oh, Wheel's a pretty good song, too, I think. But by my standards. None of my songs are all that great. But hey, it's Princess Heart. Hey, what's up? Yeah, we went a little long here. So you're still at work. Okay. Well, you missed everything, so we're about to end. But yeah, if anyone has any other questions at the end of the stream. Otherwise, we can do this again sometime, because I enjoy talking to y'all and answering your questions. But if you have any questions, you can always save them for the next time. But yeah, thank you very much. And all the usual spiel. Follow me here. That definitely. Follow me here on Twitch for my first stream. Twitch.tv/Emezie. Emezie. But my friends just call me Emmy because it's a lot easier. Also on Twitter. Twitter.com/Emezie. Facebook. Facebook.com/Emezie. Period. Okorafor. That's my full name. Same thing on Instagram. All those places. YouTube, of course, because I'm guessing you guys already know about that. It's probably where you came from. But other than that, thank you for watching. Next, Alex Buff questions. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I'm actually going to Capcom Cup. That's next weekend. I'll be traveling there because every year I go to that. So I'll get to see those Alex Buffs in person for Street Fighter V. We'll see. Do I play Smash Brothers? I don't have a Wii. I haven't owned a Nintendo system since the NES, the 8-bit Nintendo Entertainment System. So unfortunately, I can't play Smash Brothers. Wish I could, but sadly no. Yeah, I'd like to do gaming streams every once in a while. Play games with Street Fighter stuff against people, if anyone's down for that, or just random old Genesis games or something on my collection. But baby steps. Yes. Well, thank you all. Sorry, Princess Heart. Sorry, Pam. But I'm about to head out, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, good rest of the weekend. I'll upload this on my YouTube channel, hopefully, if I can download it, if it doesn't explode, so so other people can see it. But all right. Well, have a good night, everyone.